All right, what's happening, people? In today's video, I'm going to show you a couple of the different flows that you can set up that are going to make tons of sense for you when you're using Claude. And so a lot of people are kind of not sure how to integrate this into the business. And so you're going to have to figure out a way that makes sense for you. And the very first thing you should do when you get Claude, if you're like super beginner, is you need to tell them about what your business is, right? So let's just use an example. Let's say I run a marketing company and we deliver paid traffic to medical spas. I am trying to figure out, this is prompt engineering, right? This is how you'd figure out how to integrate Claude, right? You say, I'm trying to figure out how to build a better converting landing page. So when you're doing prompt engineering inside of Claude, you have to kind of give it two pieces. You have to say, this is what I do, and then this is, how this would work. I'm going to put down here, don't store to memory. And the reason I'm going to put that in there is I have other businesses that do other things, and this isn't really what I do, it's just an example. So I just want to show you this, right? I'll say the offer is, you always have to tell it what your offer is a $2,500, let's say a $2,500 monthly retainer to help them generate leads. I need a unique mechanism. This is an important part. I need a unique mechanism to get new B2B traffic. I want more med spas. Okay. So you're going to be able to run this in a couple different models. There's Opus, Sonnet, Haiku, and then you have this extended thinking. You can leave this off for now. There are other models. These are kind of the previous step down models. But Opus is for like really, really heavy thinking stuff. Sonnet's going to be good for probably most of what you're doing if you're watching this like April of 26. This is probably going to change at some point, but you can run this prompt here. And basically what's going to happen is it's going to tell you, it's going to ask like more questions than it'll be able to tell you the answer, right? So we'd say, right now we run paid traffic and mostly get referrals, but paid traffic is not super profitable. And then you need to tell it about your business, right? So you'd say, remember the offer is $2,500 per month and we need a 3-month commitment. So you tell it your lifetime value that our LTV is about $7,500. So you can give it that information. And then what it's going to do is it's going to say how much you can spend to get a client, right? Profitable. So it's going to say, okay, what's the landing page, book a call, whatever, right? So we need to say, we want people to book a sales call. That's the target. Can you give me an offer example that should work best and be compliant? The important reason that you want to ask about compliant, I spelled that wrong, it's about complaint, not compliant, but compliant. And the reason is that you can't say like whatever you want, right? Because you got FTC compliance. You can't just say, hey, whatever, right? This kind of thing, this audit process makes sense, right? Because it's not offering anything in particular, right? You have to make it so that people are going to be sold in a way that they feel like you're solving a problem, and you kind of give people a reason to show up to the call. The number one reason people can't make paid traffic profitable or any traffic profitable is because of this, right? They're not able to get people to show up. So the headline needs to be most med spas are leaving 30-40% of their appointment capacity empty. We're agitating the problem. Unique mechanism. So this is interesting. You have to have a unique mechanism kind of word in any of your marketing. And the way you do that is by having that in your copy, right? So the aesthetic patient pipeline, and then social proof. This is like where you would put together social proof with other clients or other examples of work that you've done, right? And then you offer CTA. So build me a quick landing page copy for this offer. So what it's going to do is it's going to build some landing page copy here, and maybe it'll build the landing page itself. Maybe it'll actually just build the copy. Hopefully it just does the copy first, but you never know. It's probably going to open up a skill here and build a proper landing page, right? So it's already laying out sections. This is a good example of for $200 a month, you can have this totally autonomous kind of system helping you build the business. But the thing that's really, really important, right, as it's doing this, the thing that's really important is you have to lay out the process like this, right? I run a marketing company, I'm running paid traffic, I'm trying to build better converting landing page. So you got to tell it the issue, then give it some context, right? It's a $2,500 offer. And then it's, starts asking you some questions, but you need to say, okay, here's my lifetime value. You got to give it information, because just like a human, you have to tell it that, hey, here's what, you're trying to do. And then ask, where do you want to do the traffic? And then what is the call to action? In this case, we want people to book a call, right? And then we talk a little bit about, okay, give me an offer, give me an example. Compliance is a big deal here. I think everyone should be really focused on compliance in the future. It just kind of is what it is. Here's the LTV that we calculated. Here it's telling you what's going on. And then here is kind of the landing page, right? The free 90-day growth audit. Most med spas are running 60% capacity, and the ones that aren't all have one thing in common. They're not doing word of mouth, and they have a predictable acquisition system, right? And then you build a plan, right? So this is basically the layout for a landing page, right? 90 days to get flow, 3-month engagement. It's this niche only aesthetic practices. Like, you have this kind of layout here. And if you like this, right, it's telling you this is how you can do your landing page. So instead of you thinking of paying an agency $10,000 to do this, you can actually make this work, right? And so you could say, build me the landing page design real quick. Don't make it optimized for booking a call. And so what this is going to do is it's going to use Claude's kind of interface to print out that copy, right? So it already gave you the copy. We already figured this out, right? It's got all this copy here and some of this design stuff. Even has a button here. But what it's going to do now is it's going to try to actually formulate the landing page. The one thing that is really important when you do this, okay, at some point you're going to have to take the information out of Claude, and you're going to have to put it into your website builder. And when you do that, there are lots of different builders. Most people are still using WordPress because WordPress is just super, super clean. But this is the process that you need to go through every single time to build the landing page. You will notice that it will spin quite a bit here, okay? And it will, build the landing page. And you'll also notice as it's doing this, if you go into your settings and usage, you'll be able to see what's going on, right? So Sonnet only, it resets for me in a day, shows me how much is used, all models, and then current session. The way Claude works, of course, is 5-hour sessions followed by weekly limits. So I think that's like a good place to start for what everybody's doing. You could buy the $200 plan right away. It's going to be a lot better than pretty much everybody else. Now here's a good example of Claude, quote unquote, failing, right? I said, build me the landing page. I left the page and came back and it failed. So sometimes you, for whatever reason, it's kind of quirky. You got to like stay here. You got to sit down. You got to look at it, and you got to make sure that it's going to put the whole landing page together. It will build a digital version of this. This is typically going to be HTML. And then from the HTML, it's going to actually put together the final documentation. So this is exactly how you can build landing pages, use Claude, build a better offer, and figure out exactly how the marketing should be done. The one thing I will say is that as this process happens, you should probably not open 5 or 6 chats. We've tried this multiple times now. If you open 5 or 6 different conversations at the same time, there's slippage that happens within all of these, meaning that the work product that you're putting out in Claude gets worse and worse and worse across all 5. So if you just do one, build one, and get it done, you're in a good spot. It's going to be a lot cleaner. You're going to see here, this is probably not going to be the cleanest landing page to start. It's going to do some basic ideas here, right? It's going to try to put everything together. It's building it real time, in line. Again, it's not going to look super good, but this is going to be able to, get things to be really clean. It's going to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's going to design it, and then it's going to give you this landing page, right? Now, the cool thing is about the way that the landing page design works is they do this within HTML. So if you really, really wanted to, you could upload this or export this to a platform that accepts this HTML code. So if you don't want to use WordPress or you don't want to use one of these other web builders, or what you see is what you get builder, you can use this and it will make things significantly easier. So you can look at the landing page here. Again, it failed again. It just is what it is. I'm not sure what's going on with Claude today, but that's basically the process. You have basically the landing page here, and that'll be good. In another video, I'll show you exactly how this works. But thanks so much for watching.